Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Question, how many of you guys have had a divorce or just a breakup where down the line that woman regrets the decision and she actively demonstrates and shows to you that she's trying to get you to come back to her? This topic today is inspired by one woman's story of divorce. Honestly, if one more couple gets divorced because of the reasons why she got divorced, that is too many. Okay, I'll be honest guys, this might sound bad, but this is like a feel-good video for you guys that have just been through it with either a divorce or a breakup where you feel like you have been completely wronged. This is a true example of, even if you've gone through that and you've taken the high road, you haven't really forced any kind of consequence on your other partner. You know, you've just stepped back and you let life happen. Well, guess what? Karma can come back. Eventually, karma does, right? And this is a story where a woman ends up getting a divorce and she later regrets it because karma. It really compounds when men prior to divorce are doing all the right things, right? Like, he's a good man. He is a provider. He literally doesn't do anything to cause his woman to want to have divorce. That is this story. So if you guys are ready for it, let's start to listen to it. I'm probably going to cut in with my opinion. We'll see how long I last. Oh, and before I hit play, please guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button to catch my videos every Friday. Okay, let's watch the video.
So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or like they had just got married and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things, like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced, and now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club, they just want to go to the bar, they just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time.
She's already getting into the problems that her friend is facing in the dating world. And this is something that a lot of women don't realize, especially when they get married at a fairly young age. I mean, anytime in your 20s. What women don't understand is that that is a woman's prime. Okay, if you start dating into your 30s or 40s or 50s, you are not going to be valued in the same way. And I know that that triggers a lot of women, but it is the truth. A lot of men are not looking to date you if you're in that higher age bracket. And of course, it varies a little bit based on his age, but in general, like the 20s, like you're going to have a huge dating pool. You're all kind of looking to date somebody that doesn't have a lot of baggage, and none of you really do have baggage. Like, all of that changes as you get older, and you're most attractive, most likely, as a woman when you're in your 20s. Men oftentimes become more attractive, or they kind of like stay the same through 20s, 30s, 40s. That is the reality. And unfortunately, this woman being married was hanging out with single friends that were obviously not a good influence, and they were either exaggerating their singlehood and their single experience, or maybe they're younger. Maybe they are in their 20s and they're having a blast. Well, that's not going to be the same thing for you, lady, especially when you have 2 children that you share with another man. Let's listen to the rest of the video.
She's like, I know.
This is going to turn into a prime example of the 90-10 theory. I know I've talked about it before, guys, but in case you haven't heard about this, it's where a woman can have 90% of what she wants in a man with the man that she's with currently. But it's that 10% that he's lacking that she becomes hyper focused on. And then all of a sudden, she's not happy if he doesn't provide that 10%. And instead of addressing that and either one, recognizing that she already has 90%, like she should be happy, let's just work through that lack of 10%. Or she could actually have a real conversation with him and maybe he's willing to give into that 10%. And it sounds like in this story, he was willing to give into that a little bit, right? He was willing to provide her a little bit more. But okay, maybe it wasn't to the extent that she wanted, but that is marriage. You have to be able to compromise. And again, she needs to recognize that that 90% is there with him. Unfortunately, a lot of women realize it too late, right? And that's what the story is getting into, because she is seeking men that actually have that 90% that her husband already had. And she's starting to realize that that 10% that was lacking in her ex-husband, you know, she's finding it in other men, but whoops, they actually don't have that other 90%. And she's starting to realize that. So let's see what happens.
And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together.
I am not surprised. That good man that is willing to be a provider, that is a hard worker, found a woman within a year after the divorce. And guess what? I bet you anything that she appreciates him. And here she is with kids of her own, and she gets to be a stay-at-home wife because of him. I'm pretty sure I know where this is going.
She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, you know, I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick.
It's clear as day. It's because she was the problem. She was the actual problem in that marriage, and he wasn't. No one's perfect. I'm not saying that that man was perfect in any way, but he was able to get into a relationship that seems steady. It's probably healthy, and she is starting to see that, and she is starting to become jealous, and she's blaming him, or she's just blaming the world, right? She's still the victim here because she just doesn't understand why he would choose to have somebody in his life that has her own kids and why he would want to support them. And she doesn't understand why she doesn't have somebody in her life.
And he didn't even want to give us another try.
Oh, he didn't want to give her another try after she was the one that wanted to divorce him after he had provided everything that he had. Oh, this is wild. And after she probably dated like